What's up, Internet? This is Rambling Josh, and you're watching another episode of Let's Play Ogre Battle 64. Before we get started today, I want to take a quick peek at the organization screen. And here we have our army. And basically what I want to do is I want to play around with my party a little bit. So first I want to switch up my formation for Magnus's group. I want to move my archers back, and I want to move Magnus to the front. For this group, I want to move these footmen to the front, and I should probably put them in the middle. And I want to put my archer in the middle here, and yeah. This will all make more sense eventually, but for now I just want to get some quick changes done just to kind of optimize before getting things going. And I also want to equip Magnus with the Blessed Sword. And I want to equip my Knight with the Boulder Armor. And I think that's it. Yeah, okay. So that should be good for the time being. So now let's head to the Tenne Plains for the first mission. This is Scene 1, the Southern Reaches. Of course it doesn't say that, but I will make it say that in the editing. I guess we're both reporting at the same time. Just Dio? Yeah, his name is Dio. No one ever calls him Diomedes. And I guess Hugo likes to pick on him. Wild beasts and bandits, huh? I guess it's better than like giant rats and stuff like every other RPG starts out with. And so, at the start of every mission, we get a little bit of a briefing, that's the word. That kind of shows us the lay of the land. And basically, I probably haven't actually mentioned it yet, but Ogre Battle 64 is basically like a large-scale, tactical RPG. Because rather than just having like your forces fighting on like a grid like some others, it's more of like a battle simulation. Because like you have to like control your army across the field and stuff. And when different units engage each other, then those units fight. So these briefings show you kind of, where your strongholds are, where the enemy strongholds are, and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm in command. I order you to be commander. He tested us. He looked at us. That's all an old man has to do, right? I want to be the commander. Meh, meh. Fight, 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 fight. Now the decision you make here, it doesn't have any immediate effect. And it might not have any effect at all, but if you say alright, and then you make a certain option, and then choose a certain option in the future, then bad things will happen. So we're just going to go with no, I'll pass. That's exactly what I'm saying. Whoa, that sword looked a lot smaller from the side. I didn't even know you were from the south. Come on, guys, break it up. But, I want to be mad. That's definitely going to calm him down. You'll understand your shortcomings eventually. Okay, I guess we better get going. So here we have the battle place. To win the battle, we have to take the Theodoricus mine. And we lose if Magnus dies and the enemy gets a hold of our headquarters. Yeah. So first thing I want to do is take a look at the organization screen, and now we have 3 additional units joining us. Dio's party. But his party tends to be kind of bad. So first off, what I want to do is fix up his units a bit. So here we've got a wyvern. I'm going to put that in front of our wizard. Let's go like that. And let's add some soldier reserves. And let's add some soldier reserves to this unit. And Dio's unit's coming. And I believe we can give Dio... Oh, he's already got a Balder sword. Okay. Yeah, I do have a spare Balder sword. I gotta give it to someone. Let's give it to one of these guys, I guess. Okay. Alright, I can just exit like that. This all makes sense eventually. I'll explain everything in due time. So to start off, we want to just dispatch all of our units. Get everyone on the field. And now we have to start giving commands. So what I want to do is pause the game, and you'll notice the time in the top right here has stopped moving. And that's what pause does. It lets you take the time to give your orders without the game time anyone actually moving. So first thing I want to do is I want to send a guy there and a guy there. Now you'll see at the bottom there's a little number that says morale. And what that means is that pertains to your unit's alignment. So if we take a look at Magnus, when we look at the status, you can see beside his name there's a little scale with an N under it, and that's his alignment. So all of the people in his unit are perfectly neutral. So I want to send him to take this stronghold, because this stronghold has a morale of 50. So if someone with an alignment of roughly 50 takes it, then that stronghold will be liberated. Whereas if someone who is very lawful or very chaotic, with a very high or very low alignment, took that stronghold, it would be captured. And that's not good. So this one is, Bordeaux has a morale of 71. So we want to try and take that with someone who has a high alignment. So this character here, Fidach, our knight, is leaning lawful. So he should be able to liberate it. Your party leader is the biggest thing that determines it, more than your actual rest of your party. And I want to send Orwell, our wizard. I want to send him over here to Jad. Let's see, so there's a bunch of hidden items on each map, so I'm just looking at a list of items here and seeing. This is who, right? Yeah. Who or ho. This stronghold is blue, so it's already owned by us, so we don't have to worry about that. And we can see on the right of this little menu here, there's either a boot or a flag. and that just determines whether a unit is moving or not. So we can kind of see which units we've already given orders to. So, I think what I'm going to do is send Mandy. Mandy's our archer. So let's send Lip over here to the stronghold along with the other dude. And let's send Mandy down here to who? Now let's unpause the game, let everyone go out for a second. And I'm going to send Dio to this stronghold with Magnus. And I actually changed my mind. I always want to keep at least one person at the stronghold just in case, so I'm actually going to leave Mandy here. So I'll unpause the game and let everyone go. Now the game, I've actually set it already to the highest speed, to the game speed, so if things moving a little too fast for you, can go to the settings and change the game speed. But I think it's best to leave it to faster and just pause if you need time. What's this? Old clothing! Something we really don't care at all about. So these red guys here are enemy units, and we are going to bump into them soon. So you can see that there's a little arrow here with Magnus facing that enemy wizard. And that's just to show that it's a frontal confrontation. Both sides are facing forward. Oh, looks like these guys are plotting. So if one of the units kind of collide on the map, if one of them is facing sideways or you like run into their back or something, it'll actually take your battle formation and it'll flip it. And something I forgot to do. I want to set it to attack the leader. Now, battles in this game are entirely automated. So the only control you have over it is how you set your unit up ahead of time and your battle settings. You saw earlier, a minute ago, I set it to attack leader. And so all of my units focus on that wizard. And that wizard was the enemy's party leader. And battle ends after a couple rounds of combat. And whoever dealt the most damage is determined the winner. And the loser is kind of catapulted backwards. And now this unit, I killed their leader, the wizard, so they're just kind of running around scared. Literally like a chicken with their head cut off. And here, between Hu and Bordeaux, we found a Balder sword. Okay, so Orwell has arrived, so I want to, if I select him, I can go to the okay, so everyone's set in their spots. Well, they're still moving, but whatever. So if we select this, we can see we got Orwell, and he's hovering over the stronghold of Jad. And Jad has a little yellow circle beside it, and that's because it's a shop. There's a shop here. So if we select Orwell and go to the stronghold commands, we can go to a shop. And I don't think I actually want to buy anything. No. But what I do want to do is I want to take him and send him to about here. So I'll unpause the game, and now if we look at Magnus, we can see that this guy here, Taylor, he took some damage during that last fight. He's at 53 out of 94 health. So if we just leave it for a little while, because they're sitting in a stronghold, his health is going up. He's at 62 now. And there's also, if you look at a thing, there's a little flag at the bottom there, and it's completely empty. Whereas if we look at one of these guys, the flag is kind of filled up a bit with red, and that's their fatigue. As a character moves around, their fatigue goes up, and the higher fatigue you get, the lower your performance is in battle. And if it gets all the way full, you have to set up camp and go to sleep in the middle of the field, which would be bad. But if you're standing in a stronghold, you can rest naturally. So Magnus and Dio are both in perfect condition because they've been resting. So yeah. But I think we're about out of time for today, so I'm going to leave it here for today on Let's Play Ogre Battle 64. Catch you later.